Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Restorative Functional Yoga class. We're going to be working all the muscles that need to be stretched and the muscles that need to be strengthened to have good posture. I have my model here in his fitness group t-shirt and his beautiful green plants. Could you come over, sir, and show? I decided to be angelic. Turn around, walk to the camera and see. This shirt must be, I don't know how old, fitness group. And this gentleman is going to lie down, or maybe just sit down, Gary. How about sit? So you two can sit on your chair for a moment, or you two can come to the ground. You two can lie. You can do whatever you want in my class. In fact, you don't have to do anything. You can just watch us. This class is a function of restoring ourselves. And Gary wants to be seen. Sorry, Gary. Thank you for reminding me. Anyways, we want to restore ourselves. So Gary is going to be our model today, and my role is to walk around and assist him in a pose. Your role is to close your eyes as much as you can, and if you're unfamiliar with a specific pose, you'll have your camera close and you can kind of just see what Gary's doing. But as we progress in the restorative practice, you will find more and more that your eyes will be closed and you'll just listen to my guiding voice. Let's look around to see what you have for equipment. We have a tie or a long tie strap from your nightgown, or a strap, which on the newsletter today you received. You'll see where you can order at Half Moon, or you can go on Amazon. A pillow of some kind, and either two blocks. One block, where's your other block, Gary? Well, Gary's sitting on his other block, beautiful. And also, instead of having a block, if you haven't ordered one because you're committed to coming to practice 3 days a week or 2 days, you can get a pot without handles. So get 2 pots without handles, or maybe a stack of books. Or I had somebody send me their gardening. They brought some dirt in and put it underneath them. So you choose what works best for you and have all that apparatus close by. So I'm hoping all of you have gone to barbaracrompton.com. It's my website that Carolyn beautifully did, amazingly did. And I'm hoping you all subscribed, because this afternoon we're going to do a butt busting music. So as you can see, I have my large chest here to hold I have my strings here to put in my ears, or some of you might have an earbud. And as you can see, I've tried it with the earrings. So the earbud and the earrings, and I was just ever so happy because I wasn't sure. So that you can have music going. You don't need music, but hey, if you have some of these or some of these, put them in your ear. But don't forget to go to the website today and sign up as a subscriber. Thank you so much. So Gary, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
So Gary, can we show them our first pose that we're going to do today?
Sure.
Gary's going to put his block, or he could use his pot, right behind his heart. And underneath him is a block and a pillow on top. Gary, can you just show them and lift up your head and just show them? So you need to elevate your head a little bit, because we're going to open up the chest muscles. And by elevating your head, you won't be like this and uncomfortable. You might even need 2 pillows. Remember, this class is all about going deep within inside of you and really listening to what's happening. There's the you that goes, and there's the you, the quiet you. And we're trying to get that other you to be the predominant in the class. That parasympathetic nervous system, where you can relax. So as you can see, throughout the practice also, I'm going to be talking about things that hopefully will have a resounding with you. I have been in love this week with all of you, but especially with Bill Gates. And we are going to be putting up on the website also an excellent conversation with Bill Gates. And I'm going to share with you his message about these times throughout the class. So, Gary, you look great. And you can see Gary's legs are bent, so his back is nice and controlled to the ground. And you can see his heart is starting to lift up towards the sky. So you can feel that slight arch in your spine, because so often we are rounded by all our sitting, watching shows, or reading our book. So I want you to just naturally hold him there and say, muscles, how does that feel? Let's try that. And then I'm going to ask him to straighten one leg And just see how that feels on that side. And let that leg go very, very heavy. Very, very still. Very, very quiet. How does that feel? Can you climb into your hip? Can you let go of your leg? Can you not hold? Letting go is a really hard thing for some of us who are really good pushers and shovers. And then bend the knee, and let's try the other side because we're asymmetric. One side will be more, how does that feel, Gary? Good.
Easier.
Easier for Gary. So maybe on this hip, or his lower back is tighter. So that's why it's a little bit easier on that side. And then bend the knees again. And then just lift your butt off and on, whatever it is, your pot. You have to be elevated. That's it. A couple more just to take the back in the other direction. 2 more of those for release. All right, Gary, let's try to straighten one leg. And if you feel okay, straighten the other leg. Now, what this does is we have what's called hip flexor muscles. They connect at the top near the pubic bone of the leg, and they go directly through the body and connect on the hip and the back. These are the muscles that we use that lift the leg up all the time. They have great endurance, but poor strength. Here we're stretching them. We're letting the gravity of our muscles, being our legs, very heavy, and having that block there or that pot there just to pull. So now, once our muscles accommodate to this resting pose, let's add what we call a manipulation, a stretch. So Gary, I want you to take your heels and flex them and push them as far away from your body as you can. So flex, that's it, flex them. This is a flex. And then as if I'm gonna pull your legs away, it should feel like this, like, whoa, I'm pulling Gary's legs away and then release. Flex really tight, pull your feet away from your body, release. One last time, big pull, big pull, big pull, beautiful, and release. Open your mouth with that, remember that ha breath, and throughout the class we'll be doing different kinds of breathing. So that ha breath is a releasing breath. So if you're ever feeling like I need something, just use your ha breath. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. Now, you can see how you're back rounded. This time I'd like you to bring one knee to chest to exaggerate it and the other knee to chest. How does that feel? Oh, the balance. He only wants to do one leg at a time. So if you're wibble wobbling, okay, let's do one leg at a time. Just do it again. Just a couple more pulls on that lower back. How about if I help you? Pull your belly in really tight. That's it. Hold on to the knees.
I need to
hold on to the knees.
With my hands.
And then slowly bring your legs back down. Very nice try here. Fantastic. All right. We've done the lower body. Now let's take the upper body. And we're using gravity again, the weight of our arms, to stretch these muscles, get tight from us sitting on our computers. Let's bring our arms out into the letter T shape. And Marianne, if you're there, I'm here to show you that T-shaped arm, so have a look. Marianne from New York, I miss you. And then Marianne, try to just, if it's too much for you to keep along the floor into wide Y, just lift your hands off the floor to move into it. Some of us will be able to slide our arms. Turn our palms inward so that our thumbs are facing down. And you can feel, Gary, why. Let's turn our palms outward, how you have them. See how your shoulder blades popped up? We want to train the shoulders to pull down the back. So let's emulate that move. Okay. Let's try a little narrow Y. These are all different ranges for different muscles. This is called pectoralis minor. It runs up and down. Hold the pose. Can you drip into your pose? Can you let those muscles just go through your shoulders? And once again, you can lift your arms up a bit to move to the next phase to H shape. So slide so that your palms are directly underneath your shoulders, Gary. Straight above you. A little bit, not touching. Out here. A little bit more out, a little bit more out. There we go. Now let them go. This is for the rotator cuff, the back of the arm. This is for those tennis players that overuse it. This is for those window washers. This is for those baseball servers where this muscle gets really tight. It's also for the people who turn around into the back seat and lift up their heavy briefcase. These muscles are very precarious. They're very, very small compared to the joint itself. Okay, Gary, see how you feel with your palms touching. And then intertwine your fingers and see how that feels for you. Hold the pose. And then take your palms and turn them. That's it. That's it. Straight as you can. And just hold it there for a minute because we're going to be going through a manipulation. We're going to now customize the muscles to the ranges and then add a manipulation. And then slowly bring your hands back to your belly, Gary. Open your mouth with a ah. Remember I talked about you and you the watcher and you the doer. Let you, the watcher, watch now, coming down, all those muscles in your shoulders. And let's add a beautiful 4, 2, 8 breath through your nose. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up your mouth with a I feel so relaxed. I'm letting go. Today I'm present here, and today I'm connecting with myself. Today I'm going to connect with some of Bill Gates and some of Barbara's thoughts as I lie here quietly and let my body sink into the ground. Reverberation, we call it. The reflection of each pose is sacred. Okay, Gary, let's straighten both legs again along the floor. Now, some of us might find this is too much, so you will bend one knee. Remember, I want you here every Friday, and every Monday and Wednesday. So if you hurt yourself or you don't like the class and think it's not very much fun, then you won't show up. Let's work our ranges of our muscles now. Wide, wide. Palms in. Narrow, wide. 8 shape. Palms together. Intertwine fingers and turn the palms to the back wall. Palms together. If it's too much, bend your knees. 8 shape right above your head, your shoulders. Narrow, wide. Feel it coming into the chest muscles now. Pectoralis major and minor. Wide, wide. And back to T shape. Bring your hands back to your belly. If you feel like you can keep your knees straight, legs straight, or you can bend your knees. Open up your mouth with that. So we're going to have our legs super, super heavy the whole time we're going to do this. And we're going to manipulate. We're going to pull on the muscles that connected the joint. Let's go out into T-shape, Gary. T-shape arms. Lift your arms just off the ground and pretend you're holding onto a sticky doorknob. So round your fingers, and then you're going to turn the doorknob. Oh, it's so sticky all the way around, right from your shoulders. Turn from the shoulders, turn from your shoulders. Turn from your shoulders all the way around, and then turn it in the other direction as slow as you can, right from your shoulders. Now continually do that really fast. Show me really, really fast. That's it. That's it. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you juicing up all those muscles around the shoulders? You can feel a little bit of workload, and those muscles are getting a little bit tight. Faster now. Faster now. Faster now. Faster now. Faster now. And then slowly bring your hands back down to the ground. And when we effort, we use the ha breath. Inhale. Ha. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. And come again out in T-shape. Let's now lift the arms just off the ground. And pull your fingers and your elbows and from your shoulders away from your heart. Pull, pull, and then release. Again, pull, 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 release. One last time, pull, 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 release. Bring your hands back to your belly. And let's have a 4, 2, 8 breath again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can choose to straighten your legs, open up your mouth with a ha, or you can keep them bent or one leg bent. Let's come up into 8 shape arms now. This is for the rotator cuff, the back of the shoulder. Fingers are facing in, and all we're going to do, it's a muscle called the serratus too that connects at the rib cage up to the armpit. We're going to pull our shoulders down really quick down, and then pull them in, and then release. Here we go. Pull in and down, pull, pull, use those muscles, release. We're not going to have rounded shoulders. Pull, 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 pull on those muscles. Release. 2 more times. Pull, 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 pull. You can do it. And release. And last one, pull. Very nice. Bring your hands behind your head and intertwine your fingers. Hold the pose and make the elbows wide. So I have some statements from Bill Gates, and you might consider them beautiful thoughts. He looks at what we might learn during these turbulent times of life. Here we go, Gare. Inhale, elbows pull down into the ground, heart lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull, open up those shoulders, all those big shoulders, release. Exhale, release. One last time, lift the heart, elbows down. Exhale, release. Bring our hands back to our belly, open up your mouth with that. Let's increase our breath and see how it feels for you. 5 in, 2 hold, and 10 out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to work now with our hip joints. We were asked for hip openers because tomorrow we're going to be doing some hips, some buns. So we're going to now deal with the hip openers. Gary, can you take the right knee and put it over, heel over top of the left knee? Can you push yourself and lift your legs up towards your chest with the heel on top?
Probably not.
Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot about taking the block away. Block down, sorry. Gary's got the block now at his tail. So just lift your hips up and move it from here to here. Thank you, Gary, for reminding me. Gary has his heel on top, and all he's going to do is flex his heel. So just flex your heel and hold it there. Some of us might even push on the floor, holding onto our mat, and just have a little soft rock side to side, holding onto your mat, Gary. Flex, that's it, just to give you balance. Beautiful. By elevating the hips, it allows us to get deeper in as hip openers. Hip openers were asked for by 3 people. Please email me at barbaracrompton@gmail.com. Make a circle, Gary, around, really massaging all those muscles in the lower back and the hip joint that you're pulling on. That's it, beautiful. And then I'd like you to come to quiet and flex both heels again. And all I want you to do is bend the knee here, and I want you to lift this hip off the ground towards the left side of your mat. Just lift your hip on the right, and then I want you to pull your hip on the right towards the towards your block. Just pull it, not keep it way over there, but pull it down. Feel how now you're stretching the origin and insertion the way that a thigh is. Hold it there. Keep pushing down your butt. And then come all the way back to center. Very nice. Take a deep inhale, lift your chest up, and take your hands. Some of you will hold on to your foot. Others of you will hold on behind your knee. I'd like you to lift your tail on and off the ground now. Just little tiny weenie rocks. Little tiny beautiful rocks. Nice. Pulling at our butt. And then come to quiet. And imagine your tailbone rooting through the earth onto your block or onto your pot. And then widen all your cheeks to either side of your block. Like think really wide. Push your tail in. Flex your heels and see if you can keep your tail on the ground, but bring your knees closer into the chest with your heel on top. Keep pushing down on that tail. A couple of more delicious breaths here. Beautiful. I like that. In Bill Gates' meditation, he said, is there anything that we can learn from this dangerous time for us? It is reminding us that we are equal regardless of our culture, religion, occupation, financial situation, or how famous we are. The disease hits people equally. Remember that our dear Sophie Justin's wife, who is the Prime Minister of Canada. Remember the singer Pink really had it, and Tom Hanks and all of his family. Everybody gets it. A quote, if we were to select the most intelligent, imaginative, energetic, and emotionally stable third of mankind, all races would be there. Mandela says, lead from the back and let others believe they were in the front. He says, poverty is not an accident. It's a man-made thing and can be removed by human actions of love. Very nice, Gary. Can you bring both feet to the ground now? Bring your hands down by your side. Open up your mouth with a listen to that reverberation of the beautiful butt muscle into the back. Can you lift your back on and off the ground? Bill Gates says, it is reminding us that we're all connected and something that affects one person has an effect on another. It's reminding us by oppressing us for a short time of those in the world whose whole life has been oppressed. Richard Branson says, together is a hugely important aspect of life, whether in person or on the net. It unites us, it gives us security, much support, and a sense of belonging, and encourages love between us during this time of difficulty. Very nice, Gary. Come all the way down again. You're now going to take the left heel on top of the right knee. You're going to push your hands onto the ground and bring your knees up. You're going to start rolling side to side with your butt and flexing your heels to get more of a pull. This time is reminding us of how precious our health is and how we have moved to neglect it through eating nutritionally poor food and possibly drinking contaminated water. If we don't look out of our health, we will all get sick, of course. And the Buddha says, to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we should not be able to keep our minds strong and clear. The Buddha. Gary, lift your chest up and reach through the window. Maybe just hold on to your foot on the right and come back down. Flex both heels. Hold the pose. Start rocking to your right, just lifting your left butt off slightly and come back down. Just keep doing. And then lift your left butt off and hold it right there. And then pull that left butt down towards the block so you feel a big stretch for where the muscle starts and where the muscle finishes. Flex your heels a bit more and bring your knees a bit in more to chest as you push your butt down on the left side into the ground. Hip openers from the back side, super important. Yes. It is reminding us of the shortness of life and what is most important for us all to do, which is help each other, especially those that are old and sick and are infirmed. I believe our purpose is not to just buy toilet paper. One of my heroes in life also comments on that. His name is Ralph Emerson. The purpose of life is not to be happy. The purpose of life is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you lived and you lived well in this world. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, and to reach out eagerly and without fear for the new world to come. Wow, that was in 1956. Thank you, Emerson. Bring both feet to floor and stretch both legs along the floor now, a bit different angle of the pull. Open your mouth with a oh, that feels so good, so good. I am allowing my body to sink. I am not efforting. I am letting go and listening to my chest opening up, my heart opening up. Bill Gates says, it is reminding us of how materialistic our society has become and how when in times of difficulty, we remember that it's the essentials that we need. Clean water, enough food, as opposed to the luxuries that we think are essential, but are really unnecessary for our value systems. We want to remember that like Maslow's triangle, where the base of his triangle was food and water. He said, if we can't live well without food and water, we cannot self-actualize as the best human beings ever. And as Winston Churchill said, healthy citizens are the greatest asset of any country that we can have. Yes, it's going to be tough, but healthy citizens make our country. Gary, can you bend your knees and lift yourself off the block? Come all the way down. And how does your head feel? Do you want to take your block away and just have your pillow, or are you happy there?
I'm good.
Okay. Let's just rock our legs side to side with our feet on the floor. Our back has been in variations of movement for a while into the buttocks. So we just want to release and let it all go. We're now going to be going in sustained extension for the spine. Because we sit a lot, we need to extend. So Gary, can you roll over on your stomach and look towards me up here and take your block away. Some of us might start, let's start with a palm over palm and looking to our right just to allow our back to find that new shape. Letting go. I'm letting go. And then look to the other side and feel the different shape in the neck. Remember, this is a cervical spine that needs to be rotated for health so we can back out of the driveway. And then you're going to slowly see how it feels to bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders and your elbows into your hips. So bring them right in. Spread your fingers as much as you can. Look to the top of your mat so the top of your head is actually towards the top of your mat. A little bit further down with the neck. There, beautiful. And we're going to start to pull our elbows backwards and towards the ribs and lift the heart higher. Hold, hold, hold. Lift higher, use your, and then just release back a bit and let go. Let's try that again. Pull. We're trying to work the spine in a bow. Here we go. Up, up, pull. Go as little as much as you want. You can come back down and release. Last time. Here we go. All the way up. All the way up. That's it. And release. This time, drop your nose to chest. Nod your head. Yes, yes, yes. I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, I promise. And I'll go to the website. Yes, promise. Keep nodding, keep nodding. And yes, I'll get that music for tomorrow. So in our butt buster class, it'll be great. Shake your head. Oh, I just feel so good. Let your lips hang loose. Let your jaw be loose. And then come all the way down, looking to the right. We've got one more extension. Open your mouth with a ha. Let your body sink. Let your body recuperate. Let that base of good water and good food fill you up. Look to the other side. Open your mouth with a ha. It is a reminder to all of us how important our family and home life is and how much we may have neglected this. It is forcing us back into our houses so that we can rebuild our homes. Maybe to strengthen the family unit of afar, to reach out on FaceTime and hug your grandmother. A quote, "The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, and cities. But to know someone intimately who thinks and feels with us, and who, even though through distance, is close to us in spirit, this is what makes the earth for us an inhabited garden of flowers and life." Come up to your elbows again, Gary. This time we're going to make a decision. Is this far enough for me? Or am I going to walk my hands forward until my arms are straight? And I'm going to lift my heart up. Some of us will even walk our hands backwards to get more of an arch in our spine. Shoulders are down. Pull the shoulders down. That's it. Hold it. Then I want you to roll side to side. So add a rotation in this big position. You might be down here on your elbows. You might be down here in your face. Add the rotation. Push those hips into the floor. Stay up as tall as you can. Strong backs. We need strong backs. A couple more breaths here. That's it. Now push both hips into the floor and have one more lift. One more deep, deep, deep lift for the spine. And then slowly walk your elbows in. Palm over palm. Look to the left this time and open up your mouth with a ah. Ooh, that was beautiful. Listen to the juice in your back. Listen to the gloriousness of all of those muscles that can work through ranges. That's beautiful. Now bend your knees, Gary, and start rocking side to side to allow your lower back now to go into a little bit of a release. What's it reminding us of is that our true work is not our job. That is what we do. not what we were created to do. Our true work is to look after each other, to protect each other, and be of benefit to one another. A quote, "Learn to light a candle in the darkest moment of someone's life. Be the light that helps others see. It is what gives life its deepest meaning, its deepest significance." Gary, can you come up to all fours and start your beautiful cat-cow on all fours? Knees are directly underneath the hips. And as you exhale, you round and pull your belly. And as you inhale, continue in this beautiful, soft position. Curl your toes under to really relax your lower back, feeling that bigger motion. Feel the connection with all of the people out there doing this beautiful cat-cow. We do this every class. Now, Gary, flatten your toes, and let's bring our butt to our right side, and roll all the way back, doesn't matter how far you go, and then all the way to the left, and then all the way up to the center. Lift your back high. Let's try that right side again, squishing and soaking all of the joints of the knees and the ankles, and up in the center. Continue massaging, oh, so deliciously, all those muscles. Feel the lower back letting go. Feel the connection that we're having today together in our poses and with Bill Gates in his wonderful thoughts. Reflections you might agree with or not, it doesn't really matter. Let's try it in the other direction now. Go to the left side all the way around. Beautiful. Keep going to the left. Nice. And then come all the way up into what's called gate. And we're going to pick up our block. We're just going to take our joints a little bit, sustaining the position. And Gary's going to put, where are you going to put it, Gary? He's going to put it this way, right underneath his butt. And I've got my pot, or you might have a pillow too. You might have two things to put under. And we're just going to sit here. So see how high I am? My joints might not be used to this position. So I keep building myself up until I can sit here. So use pillows, use blocks, use blankets, use anything you've got to stuff under your butt. So let's just hold it here and take a deep inhale. We're oscillating over the knee joint. Exhale, and the ankle joints. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we walk heel toe all the time. Inhale, look up. And our joints get really tight going one direction. We're pushing the ankle joints now. It's called the tibialis anterior. We're pushing and massaging over top of it. 3 more breaths here, Gary. Inhale up. And lovely. Felt so good. Now, some of you might choose to go back to all fours for a release and do a few more cat-cows. Others of you might come up into downward dog and just walk out the pose. You choose which one works for you. We won't be here long. We're just releasing the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Some of you might even like Gary. He likes to do a plank at the very end. He wants to be strong like warrior man. He wants front body to be strong. He wants belly to be strong. But some of us have had enough. So go back to child's pose and just breathe. And when you find that you're ready, make your way back to child's pose and open your mouth with that. Nice, everybody. Sit in the reverberation of your practice. Bill says it's reminding us to keep our egos in check. It is reminding us that no matter how great we think we are or how great others think of you, a virus never stands still in the ego. Einstein says, more to the knowledge and lesser to the ego. Lesser the knowledge, the more of the ego. Drop the ego at the door when you come into class. Allow yourself to be present. Eckhart Tolle says, complaining is one of the ego's favorite strategy for strengthening itself. Complaining is one of the ego's favorite strategy for strengthening itself. That's why we practice gratitude every day. That's why we look at our strengths. That's why we don't gossip, and we speak truthfully, kindly when necessary. Gary, can you roll over onto your back now? Just have a soft roll on your back. That's it. And bring both knees to chest and hands to knees. And just have a little rock for that spine after working in all of these different directions. Open your mouth for that. Do you want to bring your knees to your chest? Gary's decided he wants his pillow behind his head a little, and then he's going to rock. We're now going to pull again like we did at the beginning of the class on the front part of the thigh. So Gary, bring your feet to the floor and move them as wide as your mat and put your toe joints off your mat. That's it. Bring your arms up into the letter Y shape. Turn your palms in, thumbs down. And on the in-breath, we're center, and on the out-breath, we move. Here we go together. Inhale, center, Gary. Exhale, knees left, eyes right. Inhale, center, knees right, eyes. Stop in the middle of that point. Inhale, hold. Exhale, move. Inhale, knees up. Knees right, eyes left. Inhale, up. Knees left, eyes right. Continue this very slow and soft glide side to side. It is reminding us that the power of free will is at our hands. We can choose to cooperate and help each other, to share, to give, to help, and to support each other, or we can choose to be selfish and hoard. Only you know how much you want to give. These difficulties brings out our good and true colors. Drop your knees to the right, Gary, and look to the left. You might choose to take the right heel on top of the left kneecap if it's not too much. Some of us will find that putting the right heel on top of the left kneecap is too big of a stretch for our quadricep hip. And there's an important muscle at the side of the thigh for all of us cyclists and walkers that gets really tight. We're going into that muscle now. You can either lie here just like this, or you can add what's called a manipulation, and it's done with the breath. Gary, as we inhale, we roll our hip forward on the left, and we squeeze our butt when we get to the top, and then as we exhale, we release it. Try that again. Inhale, roll your hip forward, squeeze your butt, feel the stretch, exhale. Watch it again. Inhale, push, exhale, inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Our free will, as C.S. Lewis, that famous poet and author, says, free will, though it makes evil possible, it also, the other thing that makes possible is love, is goodness, compassion, and joy, which they're all worth sharing with our free will. Couple more, Gare. How you doing? Can you feel that muscle? Oh, it feels so good. That looks great. Can you feel the shoulders pull? Now I'd like you to push down on the knee with that right heel, roll your butt forward on the left, and pull both shoulder blades down and in. So we're having an asymmetric contraction. So hold, hold, and have 5 breaths of white healing light. Imagine sparkling white healing light. Imagine it just radiating all through your hips and all your body and shoulders. 2 more breaths there. Big, full breaths without moving. You can just feel yourself. And then very slowly come back up to center. Walk your left foot into the middle. Hold your heel on top and just hear the reverberation of that hip joint. And open your mouth with that. It is reminding us that we can be patient or we can panic. We can either understand that this is a type of situation has happened many, many, many times before, a terrible situation, but it will pass. Or we can panic and see the end of the world, consequently causing ourselves a lot of harm. Be patient and don't panic. Take your strap, Gare, and wrap it around the arch of that right foot. And stretch that right leg up to sky, all the way up. And hold that leg up to sky, and just sort of straighten as much as you can, and just pull it in and out, just little tiny pulls in and out, that's it. We're pulling in it towards your head and back, just towards your head. We're pulling on where the muscle of the hip, of the hamstring, joins at the knee at the back. He's just pulling it, because that's functional, that's what we do when we walk. Nice. And then I'd like you to hold that leg in and walk your hands up as high as you can, working your abdominal core. We already worked our back today, so we're working our core. Can you lift up a bit higher? Some of us might even be able to touch our toes. Some of us might be able, oh, you got it. Hold it there. Push your belly into the floor. Really show your strength. And then as slow as you can, come all the way back down. And open your mouth with that. Straighten your leg on the left. And take your strap into your left hand. You're going to come all the way across to the floor and all the way back up. Pulling on our lower back down and come back up slowly. Use your muscle in your belly. Give me 2 more like that. That's beautiful. All the way across, feeling that slow pull in your belly. And one last one. This time we're going to bend the knee. Hold on to your strap. Some of us will straighten the leg a little bit more. So you see how much you want to straighten it. And some of us will hold on to the strap with both hands and start to pull our toe towards our face. So keep walking your foot here way up as far as the leg will take you. Roll over a little bit more. So is that about as far as that leg can take you? A little bit more? Yeah? Okay, so I want you to connect with your belly. I want you, on the in-breath, pull your belly back really quickly and then let it go. You're going to stretch all these muscles. Here we go. Pull it in. Exhale. Go. Pull. Exhale. Pulling on all those muscles in the back. Pull. Release. Pull. Release. This time I want you to pull and hold it and breathe deeply. White healing light. Pull. Pull that belly back. Feel all those back muscles into the hip, depending on where you're tight. Some of us will feel it down the leg. Keep going. Keep pulling. I wish I was there to massage you all and give you a little pat. Maybe take your own hand and pat. And then let go. And then I'd like you to take your arm on the right and slowly bring it out into the letter U shape, cactus arm. We're going to let the cactus arm just lie there. And we're going to take our eyes to the cactus arm. And just let the shoulder lie in this big rotational twist for your back. Where do you feel it? Sending white healing light. Gary feels it right here, so maybe I'll give him a little, oh yes, he likes my fingers. I'm there in spirit, pushing, or you could even take your own thumbs, or maybe there's somebody watching with you in the video, and they just take their thumbs and you point to where it is. Or Gary's gonna give a little massage, moving the fascia around, the tissue around. And then slowly take your arm out into T-shape this time and look to your T-shape arm. It is reminding us that this can either be an end or a new beginning of life. This can be the time of reflection and understanding where we learn from our mistakes and what we did in the past, and we start a cycle of goodness going forward. I have a friend called Mary Oliver. She's probably one of my favorite poets. She died a year ago, January. And her poetry just lights up my life. And from that statement that we think of the beginning or the end, she says to me, someone I once loved gave me a box full of darkness. And it took me years to understand that this was too a gift. That box of darkness that we're being delivered now. This can be a gift, a time of reflection, a kind of a new world. Very slowly bring your hand to your hip gear, bend your knee so that your back is, and then pull yourself back up. And take both feet into the strap. And extend the legs really wide and just sort of play around with this move. Just feel, oh, I think I'll rock my hips off and on the floor. Maybe I'll pull my tail up and down. That's it. Ah, nice. Oh, I'm pulling on all those back muscles so they don't get stagnant. Nice. I need to realign my back before I go into twisting again. And then bring your feet together. And lift your chest up again for your core. This time I want you to rotate your body to the right and to the left. Just keep rocking, not your hips, just your chest. Can you keep your hips quiet and just rock your hip? That's it. We're using now our rotational in our rib cage called intercostals to rotate. couple of more times. Fantastic. Nice. And then bring your feet to the floor. Open up your mouth with a ha. Let your legs stretch all the way along the floor. Let your body just sink into the ground. It reminds us that this earth is sick. It reminds us that we need to look after the world, the deforestation, just as urgently as we look to speed away to get toilet paper. It all will disappear. We need to take care of the earth. And as Mahatma Gandhi says, earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every woman's greed. Earth can provide, but let's stretch it around. Let's give it away. Let's be there. Here, guy, bend your knees. Bring your hands down by your side. Turn your toes outward. Make sure you're secure. And then bring them out into T-shape. And on the in-breath, we're center, and on the out-breath, we move. Inhale. Exhale, knees left, eyes right. Inhale, center. Continue as far as you want. And I'd like you to pick your arm position. Do you like it in T position? Or do you want to move your arms into Y? Does Y feel good for you, Gare, or H? Which one do you want to be at? Or maybe hands behind your head. Find a position where you feel the pull in your chest and back, wherever you like it. And keep breathing with the breath, rolling side to side. I am so enjoying closing my eyes and going deep within and listening to the connection with me, Bill Gates, and the rest of the world. Let's drop our knees to the left now. Now, some of you might say, that's a big enough pull on my hip and my back, or others might take the left heel on top of the right kneecap. Just let gravity pull you there. Close your eyes. It is reminding us that after every difficulty, there is ease. This cycle has happened in the world many times. It is cyclical. This is one phase. Please do not panic. This too shall pass. My favorite resilience statement is, resilience isn't a single skill. It's a variety of skills, coping mechanisms, to bounce back from the bumps in the road as we do our failures. We can start to focus on the positive of what we're learning here today. Let's roll our hip forward and back, Gary, squeezing the butt at the end. See how you feel, and you might even hold it with squeezing the butt in the end. You choose how much you want to go to pull on those back and side thigh muscles. It's your body. My greatest thing is that you learn what your body likes. And then bring your hands down by your side. Pull your belly in and bring your knees back up with heel on top. Bring the foot to center and open your mouth with a relax and enjoy how you massaged that hip joint in the twist. Massaged it. Bill Gates called this time a great connector of humanity. A great connector. What do you want to connect with in your life? Take the strap and wrap it around the arch of your foot. Or whatever you have. Remember, you can order on Amazon or Half Moon like we sent out this morning. Lift that leg all the way to sky gear. Push into the floor on the right and start bringing that leg as straight as you can towards your face. Just be soft. Just take it through a range of motion and then bring it back. So on the inhale, you're just bringing it in a little bit more. And on the out breath, you're releasing. Nice. Couple more. We're connecting with ourselves. In our yoga practice, we're connecting with all those people out on the airways. Gary's decided that he would like to straighten his leg if you do. And then hold onto the strap with both hands and lift your chest up as high as you can. Now, if you bend your knee, you can push into the ground. Push a little bit more. You can get a little higher, and some of you might even touch your toes. Nice, nice. Pull, pull, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. One more time, use that core. Push your belly into the floor. Pull your mula bandha, anus and genitals up. And then slowly bring your head back down. Slide down your strap. Bring the strap into your right hand and straighten your right leg. Bring it all the way across to the floor. Bring your left hand out in T shape to help you balance, palm down. Pull your belly in and come all the way back up. All the way back up to center. Some of us might find you want to bend your knee through this, that it's too much. Continue on all the way across. And all the way up. All the way across. And all the way up. And our last one, we're going to bring it all the way across and hold the pose. We're going to decide whether we want to pull our toe a little bit closer to our face. You can either bend the knee or straighten it. That's it. And then straighten it again once you get there. And then squeeze your belly button backwards and release it. Pull your belly button back and release. Pull your belly button back and release. Pull your belly button back and release. Two more. Pull your belly button back. Last one. Pull it back. Give yourself a little tap. Or maybe I'll come around and you show me where you're tightest. Gary's tight here, up in what's called his glute med muscle. It's above the glute max. We're all so different. And his hamstring, he says, is tight. Where are you tight? Get that special person who might be watching today to help you. Bring your arm in the letter T shape and look to your T arm. Now I could also come to Gary, turn your palm up, if I've worked with him for a long time, and just softly on the in-breath, hold on to his shoulder. Just manipulating him through all of these chest muscles or giving him a little massage. And then slowly bring your hand on and bend your knee and come back up to center. Take away the strap. Bring both knees to chest, hands to knees. Open your mouth with a ha. Some of you might choose to take a pillow away or put it back. Some of you might have a block that you'll put there. Others of us won't have anything. Just rock side to side. Extend the legs along the floor. Our connection mantra today. Today, I invite you to connect with your strengths. What are two strengths that you're now realizing that you have that you might not have had before? What are they? Today, I might invite you to connect with an act of kindness today. I myself posted on Facebook today, yesterday we went and we sang to my mother outside her window. We social distance and we laughed. Could you go to somebody who can't get out and just wave at them and sing to them? Today, I invite you to connect with your curiosity. The world would not be what it is today without utilizing your curiosity. Sitting in stillness. Don't solve. Just be curious and watch and ask questions of yourself. Amazing creativity will happen. Today, I invite you to connect with all of the abundance in life. I want you to imagine not having enough water to have a shower every day. Or having, like when I was in Africa, where I watched 8-year-old kids walk 2 miles to fill up their barrel, and that's why they couldn't go to school. What would you like to be thankful for today of abundance in your life? A really simple, what sounds simple, but it is magnanimous, the abundance in your life. Today, I invite you to connect with your strengths, Today, I invite you to connect with an act of kindness. Today, I invite you to use your curiosity to sit in stillness and breathe. And today, I invite you to connect with your abundance in your life. Start to bring the right knee to chest and follow it with the left knee. One last rock before we go into Shavasana. You might choose that you want to put something underneath your knees to roll your pelvis into the ground like a pillow or a block. Or you might bend the knees and bring the feet flat to the floor, what works for you. So let's all move now into our short Shavasana. Turning your palms upward or finding a hand position that pleases you. Body is soft. The mind is still. The curiosity and kindness flows through your body. I am strong and I'm resilient. And my life is full of abundance. We're going to finish off today in seated position. My dear friend Emily, who is a yoga teacher in Puerto Vallarta with me, wrote this most beautiful verse today for me and for you. Start to bring the right knee to chest and the left knee. Just give yourself a rock. Opening up your mouth with a, yeah, what a great practice. Thank you for all showing up today. And then I want you to roll to your right side and just stay there for a minute, turning your nose to Mother Earth. See if you can roll and smell the abundance of your life. Smell your strengths. Smell your kindness. Get all your senses vibrating. And then slowly push yourself up to sitting. You can close your eyes, sit on your chair if you feel, if you've had enough for your back. Or sit on the floor like Gary's doing with his knees bent. In this stillness, can you open your heart a little wider? Can you breathe your breath a little deeper? In this stillness, can you give yourself permission to let the 1,000 thoughts settle? In this permission, can you notice the browns and the greens and the reds and the grays like never before of the earth beneath you or the vast blueness of the sky above you? In this stillness, can you feel the kiss of the breeze on your cheeks and the smell of the sweetness of the unnamed blossom? In this stillness, can you hear the sounds of the birds above you? And maybe even if you're quiet, you'll hear the ants below you. And you can hear the sound of your slow beating heart within you. In this stillness, can you take a moment to reflect on joy, on pain, on hope, and on sorrow? And in this stillness, can you embrace all the joys and the pains and the hopes of life now and what it will be? In this stillness, can you slip into the sensation of this present moment? And can you wear it well, feel it slide all over your skin like silk nightgown? In this stillness, can you sit with darkness beside the light? Can you sit with this uncertainty of not knowing? In this stillness, can you trust that it will all change again and again and again and again? And lastly, in this stillness, can you truly be still with your heart and your breath in your skin and not knowing? I'll see you tomorrow for Buster. Namaste. Don't forget to go to the website, barbaracrompton.com, to sign up. Thank you, Gary, so much for the practice. Namaste.